It's strange how some people can look at your peace and be offended by it. They see you smiling after what you've been through, and it bothers them. They expected you to break down, to lose your mind. They expected you to suffer publicly, dramatically, and endlessly. But here you are, still breathing, believing, and still standing. And that right there is what makes some people uncomfortable. Because your survival is not supposed to make sense to them. Your peace doesn't fit the picture they painted for your downfall. Life has a way of exposing people's hearts. You find out who is truly with you, not when you are winning, but when you are wounded. Not when you rise, but when you refuse to stay down. There are people who secretly cheer when life hits you hard. They smile politely to your face, but in their hearts they whisper, "Let's see how long they last." They are not praying for your restoration, they are waiting for your ruin. In the book of Genesis, we see Joseph. Joseph's brothers were angry, not because of what he did, but because of what he represented. A dreamer, a favored son, a chosen one. They could not handle the grace in his life. They threw him in a pit, sold him into slavery, tried to bury him, silence him, erase him. But every attempt to destroy Joseph became a divine appointment to elevate him. When they thought he had gone forever, God was just beginning the next chapter. When they thought they had ended him, God was just promoting him. And when famine came, the same brothers who wanted him gone had to bow before him, not in worship, but in need. Joseph looked at them and said in Genesis chapter 50, verse 20, "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good." And that's the message for someone listening right now. They meant it to destroy you, but God meant it to develop you. They meant it to hurt you, but God used it to heal you. They meant it to bury you, but God was planting you. There is something powerful about divine disappointment. When God disappoints your enemies, it's not always loud. Sometimes it's silent and subtle. God will let you walk past the people who predicted your fall, and your peace will speak louder than any explanation. In Psalm 23 verse 5, David said, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." Notice, God does not remove your enemies. He feeds you in front of them. He blesses you right where they can see it, not to humiliate them, but to show them that His hand in your life is not negotiable. David could have said, "Lord, remove my enemies." But no, he said, "You prepare a table before me in their presence." Because sometimes your blessing is meant to be seen. Your peace is meant to be public. Your comeback is meant to be witnessed. Let's be real. You've survived things that should have destroyed you. You've been through storms that others did not make it out of. And still, you have joy, purpose, and you are pressing forward. That's not arrogance, that's grace. When people expect you to suffer and you don't, it exposes the intentions of their hearts. Some people did not just want you to fall, they wanted you to stay fallen. They did not want you to learn the lesson, they wanted you to lose the light. They wanted your pain to become your prison. But you turned that pain into power, and that's why they are angry. Not because of what you did wrong, but because of what you survived. Let's look at Isaiah chapter 54 verse 17. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This verse does not say the weapon won't form. It says it won't prosper. Meaning people may still talk. They may plot and plan against you, but their words will not have the final word. Because when God covers you, He also confuses your enemies. They will try to understand how you are still standing, and they won't find a reason. When God disappoints your enemies, it's not always about revenge, it's about revelation. He reveals His faithfulness through your survival. He shows them that favor doesn't make sense. Remember Daniel, thrown into the lion's den. The people who plotted against him waited for the roar of the lions, but all they heard was the sound of peace, because the same God who shut the mouth of lions still shuts the mouth of liars. And when Daniel came out unharmed, the king said, "Surely your God is the living God." That's the kind of disappointment God specializes in. God will let them watch, whisper, and let them wait. And then He will raise you up right in their presence, not for your glory, but for His. Maybe right now you are in a season where you feel misunderstood, and you've been trying to explain your peace to people who don't want to understand it. Maybe you've been trying to prove that you are not arrogant, you are just healed. You are not pretending, you are protected. You are not avoiding pain, you've outgrown it. You don't have to explain your grace to people who prefer you broken. Just keep walking, because every time you choose peace over bitterness, heaven celebrates and hell gets nervous. In Romans chapter 8 verse 28, Paul reminds us, all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose. All things, not just the pleasant things, even the painful ones, even the betrayals, the disappointments, the moments that made you cry. God weaves them all into something beautiful. So if they are angry because you are smiling again, let them be angry. If they are upset because you healed faster than they hoped, let them stew. You don't owe them your pain just to make them comfortable. You don't have to shrink your joy to make your enemies feel justified. Because when God restores you, He's never quiet, He's always complete. Mercy doesn't check with man's opinion before it flows. Grace doesn't ask for permission before it covers you. Favour doesn't take a vote before it lifts you. So don't apologize for the joy they did not expect. Don't downplay the peace they can't understand. Don't explain the blessings they did not see coming. You are living proof that God can disappoint the plans of people and still deliver His promise to you. So today, if you are listening and if you've ever felt the sting of being silently resented for your resilience, take a deep breath and let these words settle in your spirit. May God continue disappointing those who expected you to fall. May He continue frustrating every scheme that rises against you. May your joy remain unexplainable and your peace remain untouchable. May your testimony keep shining brighter than your trials. Because your story is not over, your resilience is not random, and your peace, your beautiful God-given peace, is the loudest sermon you will ever preach. And as you do, may God continue disappointing them. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.